Hey, what's up, team? It's Big V here. It's Verl Workman, and guess what? Yep, we're talking teams. This time and today, we're going to talk about how to intentionally create a business plan that actually works. You heard it said that for a ship bound for no harbor, no wind is favorable. What that means is, if you don't know where it is you want to go, it doesn't matter where the wind's blowing. And it seems that we do that with our businesses, or we think about, hey, here's what I'd like to accomplish, but we don't actually take the steps to write it down. Not having a business plan is like getting in your car and saying to Siri, hey, Siri, take me somewhere. Where are you going to end up? Oh, I don't know. Or take me to a restaurant. How about be specific? Do you want Thai food? You want Mexican food? You want top rated 5 stars? Do you want cheap? Like, if you're not specific in where you want to go, it's very difficult to get you there. Owning a coaching company and having over 100 coaches that only coach teams, there is one thing that I've learned, and that is simply this. If you are clear in where you want to go, and you have somebody that helps keep you on track, making course correction through the process, you're much more likely to get there, as opposed to hoping that we just do better. So let's talk about the critical components and how do we really build business plans. The first thing I'm going to tell you, if you don't mind, I'm going to use the whiteboard a little bit today, is we're going to talk about where we want to go. And the first thing that I would ask you is that whoever you have that's important to you in your life, it could be a spouse or a significant other, it could be a parent or a child, someone who is close enough to you to really share what you really care about. I want you to sit down with them and I want you to ask this question. What is it you want your life to look like in 5 years? Let's design it. So let's design your lifestyle. And if I ask you what you want your life to look like and you say, well, I want to be selling 200 houses, I want to be able to have 4 buyer's agents, then you don't understand my question. I didn't ask you what I want your business to look like. I want to know what you want your life to look like. My life in 5 years might look something like this. I want to travel more with my wife. She loves to follow Harry Styles in concert around the world. So I want to be able to let her do that. She wants to have a Louis Vuitton from every store everywhere in the planet. So if she wants to do that, I'm all in. Whatever it is, I want to be able to have better vacations. I want to be able to relax and fish more. I'd love to enter a bass fishing tournament. Those are some of the things that I care about in my life. I want to live well. So what does that mean to you? What does live well look like for you? And write it down. And then I want to know what that is going to cost you to live well. So what is that lifestyle that you're designing going to cost? How much do you need to have put away? Now, once you've done that 5 years, then I want you to say, okay, what does it look like 3 years from now? What does it look like 1 year from now? And to be on track to hit my 5-year goal, what has to be going on in my life in 6 months? And that's where I want to focus. If you understand what you want your life to look like in 6 months, it's real easy to get up every day and focus on the right activities. But we start by going 5 years out. Once we've done your life plan, the next thing I want you to do is I want you to focus on your business and say, in order for my life plan to come true, what has to be going on in my business? 5 years, 3 years, 1 year, and 6 months. And when you break that down into the ridiculous, 6 months from now, you might have to have 10 active listings, or you might have to be generating X amount in net profit. Whatever that is to you, I want you to write it out. Now, here's where most business plans fail. Most real estate agents, most brokers build businesses that become their lifestyle. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to create a lifestyle and a business that supports it, not becomes it. It's a kind of a deep thought. Like I really want you to think about that concept. Is your business your lifestyle? Are all your friends realtors? Are they the people in your office? Is everything you do around real estate? That means your business has become your lifestyle. When you're with your family, are you always on your phone? Are you always checking? Are you always answering? Is everything urgent for you? Your business is your lifestyle. If you have a great life and real estate funds it, that's what I'm talking about. And building a team is what creates that. So as we go through this team series, we're talking about building a business, and you're the CEO of a company, not a realtor. Now, real estate is a good vehicle to get there, but it's not why we do what we do. We do what we do because we want to live well, however you define that. And it all starts with your strategic plan. And the strategic plan goes out 5 years, 6 months, 1 year. Phase 1 in building your business plan is simply putting out your strategic plan that says, what do I want my life to look like? And my business needs to support it 5 years from now. Then we say 3 years, then we say 1 year, and then we say 6 months. Once you've done that, the next thing I want you to do is I want you to do what's called a SWOT analysis. SWOT. What that stands for, and you can write this down, is strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Now, this is kind of interesting because a lot of people don't really like to get personal with this, but this is a personal thing. So what are the things that you have that make you uniquely you, that make you great? What are your strengths? These are internal to you. An example of a strength might be attention to detail, experience, focus. I have a team. I have financial resources, the things that make you great. If you ask someone who loves you the most what your strengths are, what would they say? That belongs on your SWOT analysis under strengths. The next thing I want you to think about is what are the weaknesses that you have? Or what would your ex-spouse say are your weaknesses? Let's write those down. So weaknesses could be attention to detail. I don't have any money. I have a fear of rejection. I don't like prospecting. I'm afraid of the phone. Other weaknesses might be accounting. Like that's mine, by the way, is I don't like the things that have detail. Just let me go sell something. And I have to have other people around me or a great system to make my weaknesses become strengths. Okay, so we have our internal things that are our strengths and then our weaknesses. Attention to detail, dollars. What about experience? I'm new. What about resources? What about fear of rejection? What are the things that you would write down as your weaknesses? And I'd like you to actually go through and do that activity. Now let's do the external things. So we've done the strengths and the weaknesses. Now let's do opportunities. Now opportunities are different than what you might think they are. Opportunities are things that you recognize as places you could generate more business that you're currently not doing. By the way, I'd make a list of maybe 20. I would say opportunities might be new construction. I'll just put new. New construction, for sale by owners, expired listings, my database, top 50. You heard me talk about that in another video. It could be referrals to other agents. It could be luxury real estate. We can come up with 20 different things that are opportunities. If you're currently not doing it, write them all. It doesn't mean you're going to do it. It just means you need to be aware of what are all the opportunities that you're currently not taking advantage of in your business that you could. And then threats. Threats are interesting because a lot of people think that threats are the same things as objections, and they're not. Threats are things that you cannot control that affect the industry that you need to be aware of, but not necessarily you can change. I love threats because they give me the ability to create messaging that helps the consumer move forward and give me a differentiator in my marketing. In an upcoming video, and if you've subscribed to this series, you're absolutely going to get it. You're going to have a whole series of videos where we talk about threat-based marketing and how we use those threats to get our clients more engaged. But for now, I just want you to make a list of them. So what are the threats going on? It could be the upcoming election. It could be interest rates rising. It could be bad weather patterns. It could be everybody moving out of your marketplace or everybody moving into your marketplace and a lack of inventory. Threats are things you need to be aware of, but you don't have to take any action on other than understand them so you have expertise in the business. So now we've done a strategic plan and we're working on our SWOT analysis. Now what? So what are you going to do with your SWOT analysis? First thing I want you to do is I want you to look at this. What are my strengths and how do I capitalize on the opportunities that are in the marketplace based on what I'm good at? So why don't we apply your strengths to things you actually care about? So if you don't like cold calling, let's not do FSBOs and expireds. If you want to work more referrals, let's build your database correctly. And so we're going to focus on applying your strengths to the opportunities that you see. In the next segment on business planning, we're going to talk about 4 pillars of income, and I'll show you how to take all those opportunities and narrow them down into 4. And now weaknesses. What do you think I'm going to have you do with your weaknesses? Anybody want to guess? Take a class, focus on them, get better. Nope. Look, you already suck at it. How about you just delegate it? If it's a weakness and it's not something you're good at and you're not naturally great at it, let it go. Can we cue the music from Frozen and let's all sing Let It Go? It's okay to take things that you're not good at and delegate it. Like I have an accountant that works for me and I have a CFO because those areas I don't have expertise in. And I know that when I have to focus on financial things, it causes me to do it at a high level of stress and anxiety. And so what I want to see is the bar chart or the pie chart that shows me profitability. I don't want to know how you got there. I want to know how it ends. And so I outsource or delegate those things, either systems or assistance to delegate it. Now, if a weakness is experience, then that's something you have to gain. I'm going to say join a team or get into a place where there's lots of transactions happening. Strengths and weaknesses. Weaknesses aren't anything to be afraid of or ashamed of. They're just recognizing who you are and focusing on what makes you great. We all have an unfair competitive advantage that's based on our life experiences. Use those things that make you uniquely you as your strength, and let's get out there and kill it. In the next part of this series, we're going to talk about the 4 pillars of income, and I'm going to show you how to set goals that that you'll always achieve. Download right now the first part of the business plan that's going to give you the SWOT analysis and the strategic plan. Just click on the link. It's right here on the video. Click on it, download it, make sure you subscribe. And the next segment, we're going to get into how to set goals you can always accomplish. I'll see you on the next video.